Been a while, but we're back to talk about it. Lunar Classic certainly is starting to make a positive move upwards. Now, you might be thinking, hold on a minute, 2-bit. What the hell are you talking about? We're going to break it down in this video. And equally, some pretty exciting news coming out of EDK. We're going to talk a little bit about what that comes. But this is pretty bullish, both from a technical analysis standpoint as well as what's coming in the near future. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, keep up to date with what is going on. Let's get into it. So the global crypto market starting to move 2% up ahead of that Fed meeting, 1.18 trillion. As we come down the list, though, it's quite a way down. And, you know, surprisingly, Terra Lunar Classic, 62nd highest ranked cryptocurrency out there right now. 12.92 is that current price. $764 million market cap, up 2%. Now, what you will see circulating supply at 5.9 trillion. It is continuing to come down. However, volume is absolutely critical. How do you get people to come to your blockchain? Well, we've talked about this in previous videos, whether that be around Shiba Inu or Lunar Classic. Well, you innovate, you ensure you are at the forefront, you are the sharp end of the blockchain development, and absolutely that is what is going on with Lunar Classic right now. So we did get this tweet out here from the Vin Negin. It says, maybe you don't know this, Terra Classic Layer 1 development team has an AI professor, distributed systems ninja, and blockchain engineers. Something, hashtag AI, hashtag blockchain, is being built. Now, this refers to Edward Kin's latest article, Finding Our Identity Block by Block. Now, I've pulled out a few key points of this. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go and read and check this out for yourselves. It's an incredibly interesting read. And the great thing with Edward Kim, especially if you've been following Lunar Classic like I have since early May, is that the guy's very down to earth. He genuinely wants Lunar Classic, as well as all of us, to succeed. I, for one, have not ran validators. I, for one, have not sold any of my Lunar Classic. I've put it into staking. You can come on my live streams. I am in it for the long run. We've seen people come, launch validators, tell everyone they're in it for the world, and then all of a sudden walk away and they've not got any interest. People like Edward Kin are here for the long haul. But it's about reflection. It's about innovation. It's about ensuring, like I said, we're at the forefront of development for blockchain. So I'll take you through a little bit about this article. I think are some of the key pullouts, and particularly when you start to get into the mindset of what Edward's talking about. And like we said, the big news coming with Lunar Classic, the hashtag AI, hashtag blockchain, forefront of development. So he talks a little bit about ultimately what he's about and some kind of poignant moments that really make him shape our ways. The problem that we see by facing is we're trying to build this foundation, find our identity on sinking sand. The past couple of weeks, every day seems to bring you challenging obstacles in the ecosystem that puts the ground out from under us, whether that be someone leaving or someone coming in and saying this has changed or whatever it is. It's been like walking through treacle. When we take a look at Cosmos building and ultimately this interstation wallet, this interconnectivity around blockchains, which ultimately is what Cosmos has been all about. It says at the macro level, Cosmos in general, I think we are struggling with a case of identity issue. Cosmos is a decentralized network of independent parallel blockchains whose main goal was to create an ecosystem where different blockchains can communicate. And we see that in Interstain Wallet, where ultimately we've got Axeler, we've got Lunar Classic, Juno, all, you know, those other chains that all work independently of each other, but at the same time bridge across both parts. It says the FAT protocol, a dominant role. The FAT protocol, these envisions a single comprehensive blockchain that supports all kinds of applications and use cases that drives demand for the native token and protocol. How do we take our piece of the pie? And I think when it comes to Lunar Classic, we are coming from a point of trying to catch up. When we talk about Lunc identity, is it meme or is it utility? Now, I've always been really clear about this. It's not a meme coin. It has its own blockchain. This is absolutely a utility coin. We just need more utility. The DPEG Luna was a top layer 1 utility chain with a bustling ecosystem. Clearly, Terra was a fat protocol with a solid user and development base. However, post DPEG, everything changed. Lun's utility dropped to near zero and the meme coin emerged. The burn narrative drove investment early on at the chain of utility maxis and continued to cause fundamental conflicts in governance. Again, the burn is important. We have to remove supply. We can't deny that. We can't move away from that. At the same time, though, we don't want to be in the world of meme coins. We want to build out in terms of what we're bringing. It says the memeness creates decentralized growth with highly engaged community drive initiatives. And the one thing for Lunar Classic is the community is absolutely driven to ensure we are successful. Now, what are our strengths? Well, and this is where it starts to get incredibly interesting, where you start to get a peer inside Edward Kin's mind, and ultimately what he's thinking about and developing Lunar Classic. Says, over the past several weeks, the path I personally need to take has become clear. It plays directly into our strengths with recent advancements in AI, especially generative AI like diffusion and ChatGPT. The utility of AI has exploded, but it quickly becomes computationally intratraceable. For example, OpenAI GPT-3 required over 12 million USD in training costs, and the carbon footprint of training this model was equivalent to the output of 126 Danish homes for an entire year. This does not even cover the cost of obtaining and labeling massive amounts of data. At this point, there is no way that an individual, even small, medium-sized organization can develop, verify, or even run state-of-the-art machine learnings. However, given Edward Kin's view of blockchain technology, and equally in kind of his world of MLs and other things around layer ones that he can do, well, what is Edward Kin doing? He is going to build out a ChatGPT concept that ultimately then is going to support Lunar Classic. Short term, 3 to 6 months, I'm planning on building and releasing a public beta. Long term, the goal is to have a blockchain that can be used to perform large scale distributed learning across many nodes. We can potentially deal with intertraceable nature of some of these large industry monopolies surrounding large language models and foundational image models. We are looking at privacy preserving and fundamental learning techniques and snark verification of our ML models. The tokenomics of sidechain will be especially important to consider for Lunc. How can we utilize the app chain to help fund Lunc development, help reduce the supply of Lunc and UST, increase utilization of Lunc, and incentive miners to contribute their compute? I'm in talks with seasoned experts to get this part right from the start. Like we said, big news. Edward Kin building out, going in a different direction, innovating, being at the forefront of what Lunar Classic is about. Pioneers in development of the space. All the people out there that are saying Lunar Classic is dead. I literally saw a tweet earlier, Lunc's dead. Okay, let's see. Long term, this is the difference though. We are innovating, we pivot, we make a decision. And for me, Edward Kin is absolutely on the money. What's the current trend? How can we better using our own blockchain to really fundamentally drive a change for Lunar Classic? What has that done in terms of the price? Well, a couple of interesting points here. We've seen a cross of the 9 and 20-day EMA. They broke earlier on. We've then seen a positive upward trend, currently up 2.5%, that 12,963. Now, the test here, if we see the EMA cross here, the 20-day EMA and the 50-day EMA, we could really see some explosive moves up for Terra Lunar Classic. We have the Fed tomorrow. Does he come in at 25? Does he come in at 0? Both of those numbers could absolutely send both crypto, the overall market conditions, and we could see a really positive move. Now, for the first time in a long time, we've actually seen a movement to the upside. So you can see back here, Saturday the 18th, 3 days of downward trends. We could even come out a little bit further and we see a downward trend now for the last, 20 to 30 days of downward pressure for Lunar Classic. However, we feel like we may have broken a trend at the bottom here. MACD looks like it's trending in the right direction as well, as we see this crossover from the MACD versus the signal line. All indicators are showing a bullish sentiment for Lunar Classic. UST doing exactly the same, albeit to not the same degree. So what's my view? It's going to be an incredibly interesting day tomorrow. We've got lots coming out for Terra Lunar Classic. And for me, this pivot from Edward Kin is really interesting, one of which we need to get behind as a community. So make sure you share this video. Make sure you tell everyone what's going on in Lunar Classic. Let's keep everyone up to date. All those people that have left, they'll all come back, in my opinion, as we start to really build out and stay the course with Lunar Classic. To be sure to keep up to date with what's going on in the crypto market as well as Lunar Classic, subscribe to the channel. And as ever, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all the support on the videos recently. And let's see what happens this week with Lunar Classic. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.